All right, do you ever find yourself down a true crime rabbit hole? Are you hooked on gory shows like the latest Netflix hit Squid Game? Well, these are indicators that you might have a high morbid curiosity. So morbid curiosity is the desire to learn about threatening situations by either witnessing them or seeing them in a book, movie, or TV show. So now researchers at the University of Chicago say that higher morbid curiosity can help people process stress and anxiety. And they have devised a quiz to test your level of curiosity. So of course we took that quiz, yeah? And so everyone knows it was out of 6, and the average score is 3.4. So here are our results. Erica, did you take the test?
I did.
And what are your results, my love?
My total morbid curiosity is a 2.33, which is fairly low.
Fairly low. Do you think
Yes.
that has to do with your dad working in that business, in the funeral business?
Well, one of the questions does ask if you
Yeah.
have any desire to see a body be prepped for a funeral.
Yeah.
And I was like, that happened when I was like 3. So yeah, it's not the same.
Not the same. I like that. Jeffrey, what was yours?
Yeah, so we all took the quiz, and if you go to our YouTube page, you can take the very same quiz.
Good. Link.
Right,
Excellent.
yeah. So mine out of 6, was it?
Out of 6?
Mine total was 4.2.
Oh, double Erica's.
Yeah, which is weird. Well, maybe not, which makes perfect sense. But mine, it has differentiating questions, meaning like, are you interested in an autopsy or what happens at a funeral home? I am not. But if there was gladiators, I would watch. I would watch. So I'm more into like violence than. But it is.
What's your violence
My violence
number?
is 5.3.
My violence was a 1.
I just feel like that's going to be a conversation on dates in the future. What's your violence number? Okay,
I would have got the check right after that, by the way.
You're a 1. I need to go. Leave. Albert, yours?
I was going to say, Jeff and I, we almost had the exact same score. It was a 4.3, but I'm the other way around. I wouldn't want to go see the gladiators, but I would want to see a limb removed. I would want to see a head transplant because I've seen surgeries. So that was, I remember my first
You were pre-med.
Right, so I've seen a lot of surgeries. Back surgeries are crazy.
That is really interesting.
Yeah.
Mine's kind of high. It's 5.17.
Oh.
Okay, we didn't need the noise. I think only because my mom is so medically inclined. She's very ill in many different ways that I've lived in hospitals. As a child, in order to process that and not literally lose it, I studied it and I wanted to see it and learn it. That was my way.
But you didn't want to go
coping.
into medicine.
I almost did.
I could see.
And I really almost did. But I want to see the goriest of gore because it helps me with the anxiety, I think, of my mom, if that makes sense. If you're a caregiver, write me about that.
But do you want to see the violence like the Roman Colosseum, or do you want to see like the surgery?
I said no on the Roman Colosseum, actually. But I would want to see like an autopsy.
Yeah, that's
So
great.
interesting.
And it goes into psychology, too. So I'm interested, I guess sadly or not sadly, in the psychology. Why did they do that? I'm so fascinated of why people do things, but I don't want to see, again, people, like, I want to see people getting their head smashed in, but I don't want to see it after.
That's interesting.
That's a good point, because when you talk about the minds of dangerous people, I'm curious about that. So that was a 3.83 for me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know why people
You're
do
psychologically
what they
inclined.
do.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And can we talk quickly about, there's a survey, so if you're into this, it's therapeutic?
Well, it helps you deal and cope with anxiety because
I don't
death
know
is a
about
hard
that.
concept to deal with.
I don't think that's real.
Thanks, Jeff.